Was there a turning point then where for you the session thing was okay and now you wanted to have something with your own name on it?
Well, I had a big turning point in 1990 because I was asked to play with Jan Garbarek and also Arild Andersen. It was like two major jazz artists in Norway. And then for some years I have been doing jazz music besides doing the pop and rock stuff. So that was the big turning point. I met them. They were incredible, and such a learnful thing. And just this, I met these people who actually they lived off playing their own music, and that was such a wow. Is it possible? I mean, here were two people who travel all over the world to play their own music. I was just shocked, you know. And they were so nice, and I learned a lot. And then, at that time, I think I decided to become like a. Firstly, I skipped all the rock and pop and that kind of stuff, and I did more just jazz. And then I decided also to start to work on my own music for the first time. So.
Well, because your father gave you the advice not to focus just on jazz because you wouldn't be able to live off it. How did you find it when you started going more into jazz? Was it a sustainable thing?
It has been for me. But it was a decision, you know, when I decided in 1994, I applied for some money to make an album, and I started to work on that album, I spent 2 years. And when the album came out, I started my own record label, because then I decided, now I'm doing my own album, now I want to do it for real, you know, now right. I want to really work hard and to become my own artist. I mean, like Bugge Wesseltoft, to try to be an artist. And that was difficult because Norway is a super small country, right. And it's, I think at that time I would know every musician and every audience even in all of Norway. I could go and handshake every audience right. by their first name, you know. So it's a very small community. But I was very lucky because this new conception of jazz, the first album, sounded somehow different. So I could go to France suddenly, I could go to Europe and play, and that was really amazing and kind of unexpected. But I really worked hard for it, so I think it was cool also.
Do you ever listen back to that album?
Yes, I do. Not for the first years, because I've worked so much on it. I hated it. I couldn't really. Every little second of that album is I have put some energy into it, every detail, and I thought I should have done different. But I always do that with all the music I release. I would go back. I would have to take some years, and then I can listen to it.
So is it mostly just looking forward and onto to developing in a way?
I hope so. I mean, I still feel like that at least. Okay. So, which is good. I don't listen much to the old stuff. I never even, at concerts, I never play the old stuff. Normally I play new material and new albums and even my latest album, I won't play it. I want to do something else, you know, because I have other ideas.
So I was going to talk, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, your latest one is OK World?
No, my latest album is Bugge And Friends.
Okay.
So I have 2 albums after OK World. One is Trialogue, which is the group I play with tonight, with Henrik Schwartz and Dan Berglund from EST. And just some weeks ago I released this album called Bugge And Friends, which I'm very happy with. It's a kind of it's a DJ from New York and that kind of stuff.
Let me ask you this, OK World was released I think in 2014.
That was 2 years ago, yeah, I would say.
So in the meantime, you released 2 more albums. What keeps you going?
What keeps me going? No, I love music. I think I just want to be better, and I want to make better music. And I want to make this perfect music.
Is it one of those things where every album you release is better than the last in your mind?
I hope so, at least. But I can also see that some some stuff I did, I was lucky. There was a special vibe in it, or There's just so many things when you make music. You know, it's the atmosphere, it's the guys you play with. Sometimes it just works. I think the best albums, the best music I've released is done when we have a touring band. So when we've been touring a lot and because I do improvised music, I mean, we just jam. So when we have been doing tours and we jam and we develop the music on stage, it becomes more organic. Then we can just go in the studio and kind of play the music very easily. While if I have a more theoretical aspect to it, I'm just sitting in my home trying to create this stuff. It's a more theoretical thing, you know. So I like this kind of organic flow, which you can. Basically what I want to say is that I love playing live. That's where I think music is happening. To play a concert, that's where it's happening.
And with Bugge and Friends, then is it like you just mentioned, where it's organic and you play with the same people?
Yeah, I think so. I like this project a lot. We played since it was a parallel to OK World because we started the same year actually. Okay. But it was two different. I mean, OK World is a world music thing with people from India and stuff. Amazing, fantastic musicians. I love this project. It's difficult to run though. But Bugge And Friends is a electronic jazz project. So. Okay.
So two different
both
worlds.
are wonderful to me, so I'm very happy, and especially the OK World has been very, very learnful because I could play with this, like for example the percussion player from Anwar Brahim, if you saw him earlier today, he plays in OK World, and he was super nice guy, we learned a lot from that.
Because I was going to ask, on OK World you play with musicians from all over, so do you pick up, and obviously you work with a lot of people over the years, so do you pick up little things from everyone, or is it a
absolutely
learning
of course
process?
Absolutely, and that's why I do it, because then but all the thing is that both OK World and Bugge And Friends is people I have met and played with already, so, I don't call people I don't know. I met them either by accident or in a project, and then I decided I want to play with these people. Let's try to do something together. So that's how both these projects are. So you know, as a musician, you're very lucky because you can really travel around the world and you meet all these amazing people and you have a chance to talk to them and to play with them.
Finally, then you mentioned that you don't generally play the things of your last album. You're always somewhere else. So, are you already in your mind in the next project?
Yes.
And can you tell me a little bit about what you're thinking about?
Yeah, well, I'm restarting the new conceptual jazz, but with new musicians, new young people, which is going to be cool. And I have a lot of ideas, and I've been setting up a new kind of laptop setup. So it's going to be very improvised, but also very electronic, and so I think it's going to be cool. I hope so. I mean, but let's see. I mean, I don't know. There's all these young people now. They're so fucking good with the computers, you know. It's they treat the laptop as an instrument. And
do you know how to work it?
I'm pretty good, but they are better.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.